Good day, everybody. November 27th, second day of bale grazing. I chopped the water hole this morning for the cows. They're down at the dugout right now drinking. And ice is about 4 to 5 inches thick on the edge. I don't imagine it's that thick out in the middle, but I sure hope they don't go out there. Keeping the hole right on the edge, and they're pretty cautious, and there's not a whole bunch of them, so I don't think they're going to have to push and shove too much. Looks like they're getting along. So, I know some people probably think, oh, kochia weeds and lentils. Well, gotta be honest with you guys, that's pretty high grade feed. So you can see here, there's lentils on the ground, and the cows are nosing around to get them. They didn't do too much to any of the bales. They basically worked on the stuff that I pulled out, taking the net wrap off, and you know what? I'm okay with that. They can. I'm going to leave them do that for a day or so, just to clean that up before the snow flies too much. And they look like they got pretty comfortable. Some of them probably bedded down next to the bales and whatnot. Tell you the truth, doesn't even look like they've been over here much. A little bit. I don't think they came to these last two at all. Might have walked by them, turned around and walked back. I don't see any tracks around here. Yeah, I'm still not sure whether I am going to fence these off or just let them have at them. I'm leaning towards fencing off like 2, 4, 6, and then opening 2 up every time you have to expand their feed. But like for 7, 8 head, 2 bales is going to last them like 2 weeks, if not more, depending on the weather and depending on how much they go grazing. Right now it's looking cold for the next week or 2, but if we get a warm spell where this snow and frost burns off, the frost don't stop them, but the snow, they still go out and graze. But when you got feed like this laying here in bale form, maybe they won't go graze. Maybe they're just happy eating this. Lentils is pretty good feed. It's probably as good, if not better, than alfalfa. Kochia can be, if you do it right, kochia can be pretty good feed. As good or for them as protein, for protein. The thing everybody hates about kochia is they process it and then it gets a bunch of little sticks, sharp sticks, and the cows get lumps. Well, I don't process it. So I've fed kochia for years, and I haven't had very many lumps. Like over the years, maybe 1 or 2. But look at how fine this stuff is. That's pretty fine stuff. So yeah, and here where I set the bale and the side of it dropped a little bit, they've gone through, and I mean, they're full, guys. Those animals are full. They got more feed here than they know what to do with, and they're down there at the dugout. I don't know if you can see them. We'll try to zoom. There. They're down at the dugout looking at me saying, huh, what are you doing over there with our food? Anyway, I just thought I'd show you the next day. And it looks to me, the area in the windbreak here, they're snuggling in. It was no wind last night, but frosty as heck, man. Like, we got that hoarfrost everywhere. It looks like a postcard around here. Yeah, and I mean, some of the bales aren't all that much lentils in them, and obviously some will be more. When a person's baling, and you're running down the swath. If you come along a spot, I mean, that's lentils. Yes, that's kochia. Pretty fine stuff. It was done while it was flowering. I cut it. I don't know. I might fence off 6, leave 2, and then see if they'll mull through it better, I guess. I don't know. It don't matter to me if it leaves piles. Those piles will eventually disappear. The microbes and the cows will come back, and they'll go through them throughout the year. Like, even in the summertime when they come through, they mull through it. I don't know if they eat much, but they mull through it and they root around in it, and they track it up, and pretty soon it's gone. So don't overthink it. My bales are about 20 feet apart, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. They're about 20 feet apart. I wanted to go for a pretty hard impact on the streak where I'm putting them, and then, like, if I fence down either side, I can fence off that, and I can go straight over to this fence and just, call it a fenced off, and then as it goes back, this just gets moved. But there's power on both sides. It's a corner right here, and I guess I can if I go get hay, if I decide to go get hay, I can unroll it or put it inside of the fence, and I can fork some out to them so that I ration them. Like, they don't need good hay, and this lentils and kochia is pretty good stuff. Give them a little bit of hay along the way, and just to balance them up, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to go get some bales and have them around in case I need them if there's a storm. I got one I took out of these in reserve, but sometimes you get a storm and you got to feed behind a windbreak for a day or two, and that's why I put one in there too. Is it's going to last a while, and got to cover some bases and have a little bit of a backup plan. I'm buying all my feed this year, and that's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. I think I can buy it cheaper than I can make it right now, so there seems to be a lot of feed. I'm picking these lentil kochia bales up for $80 a bale, 4 miles from my house, or 4 miles from my pasture. And there's lots there to buy right now if I need more. The hay, I can take my little trailer and go pick them up 4 or 6 at a time. And at a friend of mine's place, I'll probably buy some from her. And we're at the end of November here. We're going into December. Last year I started feeding I started grazing February 28th, and I don't know, the weather may not be that way this year, but it's, even if I have to go to March, I'm 120 days from March right now. For 7-8 head, you don't need to haul semi-loads of feed to them. They're gonna take a while to go through this. And if I bring a little hay in and maybe roll that out, I could always fence over top of if I roll it out, I can always fence over top of the area where I want to cut them off for a day or two, and then, you know, change that up too. Like, there's so many options with this bale grazing and winter grazing, and it's limitless, because I am going to bring in a protein tub and have it available for them. I did last year as well for my yearlings, and I just want them to have the mineral program out of it too. Mineral and protein tub. I use Vitalix. I believe it's the number 1, or I think it's my number 1 or 2 that I use in the wintertime. Could be number 7 as well. 7, I think, is number 7 is higher in selenium. It also depends on what they have. It's usually number 1, 2, or 7, but the most common is number 1 and 2. I know some people use Ramax, and they're welcome to it. That's an awfully expensive tub, and really for 5 head, I don't need to buy a tub that size, because they say they don't use much of it. Well, I don't want a tub laying around for 2 years. I'd rather them use it. So, and they're awfully expensive. They're just about $500 a tub now, maybe even more. There's a kind of it's a beautiful morning out here. There's hardly a breath of breeze, and chores are done. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. So like, subscribe, share, comment. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.